Not again, Leo. You can't watch the game without any walkers. I got an idea.
Judge a person not by what they accomplished, but what they had to overcome for their accomplishment. People that are hungry have zero excuses for not pursuing their dreams. And they come back again and again and again. They operate like Willie Jolly, who said that a setback is set up for a comeback. I've got to say, if life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up, get up, get up, get up. I'm training people to get into their greatness, to begin to develop the courage to pursue dreams beyond their comfort zones. Because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. When you're pursuing your greatness, you don't know what your limits are, so you act like you don't have it.
Hey.
There's never a shortage of opportunities. It's just a shortage of thinking. Because some things are taught, some things are caught.
Morning, lads.
When I was in the fifth grade,
Hey, I've got AIDS off the kids. Sorry. Me missus and me little fella, right, are barking like dogs. And you know what, Finn? Jono, they fucking infected me. How's it going? Two Dublin men. Good morning to you. Yeah, Finn, I'm going away on a little break on Monday. It's only up near Wales. It's just somewhere, fucking my passport, bro. I had trouble getting it back off the feds. It's like because of football trouble. It's like I've not updated my passport in years. I've not travelled for years. I've not been to a game in fucking years. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I used to enjoy football. Violence. Fucking great. You know what I mean? Like anybody that's there is there for a row. You're not gonna row with the people in Man United jerseys. You're gonna argue with the cunts wearing Stone Island gear and fucking Lacoste and all football casual outfits. But the key brand for football casuals in the UK is Stone Island. Always has been. You know, like all my pals wear it. It's just like a uniform in a way. Like years ago when I went to see United, I wouldn't wear the fucking United kit. I wouldn't wear the jersey. You know, you go for a row. And up to now I still like an argument. Uh, nah, listen, there's loads of water up there, Jono. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go fishing up there. It's a little coastal town up there, Calagrant, up near Fleetwood. And one of them fucking chalets. It's like a 3-bedroom one. It's just like a breakaway, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you need a break. And when I say break, I mean away from YouTube as well. Next week, next on Monday, like I said, I'm not going till about we have to check in at 5 o'clock on Monday. So we'll set off about 3 o'clock from Manchester, get up there. I have me boat rod and I have me pike rod packed. Cause there's a big reservoir near that you have to pay onto it. So I'll be probably going live when I'm fishing up there. So you'll see me. Hey Alina, like I said, I've not been away in I don't know how long, right? Now my passport is invalid. It's in my sister's gaff. I've not updated it for years because I no need to update it. But Finn, remember when you went away with your missus and you had to walk away from the campsite to have a smoke? That's what I'm gonna have to do. Because I don't want us getting us thrown out. Look at Tom, what he did yesterday. Look, he booted me in the fucking hand. Look at the lump that's come up on my hand there. And it's just gone down, look. He's 2.5 stone. The fat little sumo wrestler he is. And his kicks. Like when he gets older, I'm going to say, you know what? You sprained my hand with one kick. So by the time you're 16, You're going to end up being in a position where you're going to be a world champion one day. My son already has shown early signs of aggression, and believe me, I don't want my kids to be aggressive, but it's in them. You know, Thomas will be a world champion one day. If it kills me getting him to death, I will. You know, like I said, that's why I don't drink, I don't take drugs, I smoke weed. You know, I made me kids a promise, you know, that I wouldn't do that again. I had a relapse because I seen a dead person. What did you do? You know, when you see a mass face all the time and she's dead. Yeah. Wait till she fucking comes and visits you. We'll see how tough you are then when your ma frightens the bollocks out of you and turns up without a selection box at Christmas. You know, like not even how you do it, just looking at me son. So I'll take that. My ma told me she'd find a way to come back to her to say hello to me because she loves me. So I said, "You're fucking nuts." She said, "Yeah, yeah, you want to talk. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. You're not exactly normal, are you, son?" Hang on a fucking minute. Why do you think I'm not normal? You know, it's your fault. Fucking blaming me. Me bollocks, man. I took the rap for me for years, and, you know, at the end of the day, it wasn't my fault. It was my mother's fault. But I don't blame her for it. She was going down to try get nappies, you know what I mean? But because of that, it fucked my whole life up. You know, a drug addict most of my life because of it. You know, like when you light a fire in your house and your little brother and sister dies, mate, here, then you can understand me. Then you can walk in my shoes. But until you go through that dreaming about it most of your life, them coming to you randomly when you're asleep. Yeah, it made me strong, all right. That's what gave me an edge, in all fairness, because God is a motherfucker. And he's got a sense of humour. I'm just not laughing at him anymore. Me sleep is shit. I'm getting booted in the balls, in the head, in the face by Thomas. I wish I never put him in the bed. The cunt won't get out. You know, my fault. Well, I don't give a fuck what I catch. If I catch crabs, I'll be happy. And I don't mean it in the way you're fucking thinking. I'd have to do something really nasty to do that. And I'm not a cheater. You know, like I said, I'm a very loyal person. I was with someone for 22 years and I didn't do nothing on them and they did it on me. And he kept me dog. But I got through it. And I ended up walking me dog again, so never give up hope, you know, because you can always fix certain things in your life, you know. Like when I lost my dog, I lost everything. My dog was my best mate. I took him out in the morning before I went to work. Come on, Marley, you ready to go, bro? Do you want to blast this flat split before we go out? 5:45 in the morning, I'm out with the Labrador on the field. Every morning, every evening, every night. And then when the relationship ended, I didn't see my dog again until a few weeks ago. I got to walk him again. And when he see me, he went barmy, he did. You know, it upset me. You know, 'cause he see me and he was spinning around, chasing his tail when he see me, you know what I mean? He was that excited. I was like, wow. You never thought you were going to get that one back, did you, Jude? And you got it back. You know, so it's healed part of me. Don't get me wrong, like I'm soft. I'm a big softy, mate. My heart's in the right place. It's like, well, I wouldn't say I'm a big softy. You wouldn't say that if we fought. You know, my dad taught me how to fight. I learned how to What'd be the word? Manage it. Did I ever tell you I wanted to be a gangster? And I got ready for it. Only for I come to England, I'd have having about 7 people in the ground. And that's on my family's life. Only for I went to England, I would have been either dead or other people would have been dead. I'd have killing them or they'd have killing me. One or the other, because I'm coming for yours. I want what you have. And I'm bringing me mates with me. Listen, just concede, because I know where your sister lives, right? You can't keep your eye on her all the time, do you understand? You do as you're told. I see your sister's house, it's going through. It's crazy, the mentality back then, but I didn't give a bollocks, mate. I'll do what I have to do. But then I grew up, I got away from cartel land. I got away from all the household names in Dublin that have been executed over the last 30 fucking years. And I'm still alive. Yeah, I'm fucked them. That's the way I see it. Yeah, no, hang on a minute, right? We'll put it another way, yeah? Like I said, fucking bastard, man. I'm going away on Monday and me fucking hand is fucked. See, Thomas, I'm telling you now, he's got some kick. I wonder where he gets it from. I'm fucking telling you now, man, he's got some kick. Oh, leave it out with it. Oh, hang on. All I know is this. My sleep is terrible, Lena. You know, like all last week, I didn't sleep with the pain it is because I didn't want to go to the hospital. What? Pay £40 to get 2 paracetamol? No fucking way. You will never do. Yeah. Look at your baby. Oh, I didn't even see that comments. Oh, sorry. Do you know what keeps happening, Finn, right? You know when you see the comments on your screen, yeah? And you'll see an arrow. Sometimes I have to scroll all the way. It's like, 'cause I don't see some of the messages. Nah, listen, I like music. I fucking love what I do. I don't know. I'm not in Ireland, bro. I'm in Manchester. Guys, sorry, I didn't even see it. I believe messages there. Uh, yeah, my son yesterday stomped on my wrist and broke me fucking finger. Like there, the little bastard. I swear to God, he's got some kick he has, and he's only one. It's like, and I have three other or four other kids, right? And I've been in their life when they were kids. Uh, and my first son never showed signs of aggression like that, the way Tom is, and I see it already, and I'll bring it out in him. I'm the only one that can do that. I'll bring it out with him. My son will be a world champion one day. Please God. You know what I mean? Like, I have a relationship with my sons, like Khabib and his dad. I had that kind of relationship with my dad. I always wanted to make him proud, for father. Everything is for your father and your mother, you know. Look you in your face. Where's it coming? Where'd it go off? Hang on, sorry about this. If me Wi-Fi is fucking lagging, it is. Morning, Scott. You only get one life, right? It's up to you. Like, some of yous are a lot younger than I am. I'm 50. You know what I mean? It's like you only get one life.
Life is so short. Life only has only a little time. Although it will continue to go on, you cannot hold on and think that every day is promised to you. We have all experienced great losses in our life. We have all felt that pain of losing a loved one, someone that we cared about. But yet we're still here. And now we must go on. But what is the example that we're going to leave? What kind of leadership and what kind of leadership quality do we have? How do we go on? How do we lead the next generation?
All you need to do is
Pain is not going
listen.
to make it work.
We've been here before.
Being afraid to be truthful to who you are will only limit who you truly are inside.
Sure, on today, but I'll be fine.
Don't let anyone take that away from you. Don't let anyone take away who you are and how true you are and what you matter in this world to so many other people. Don't be afraid to be honest. Don't be afraid to be truthful. Don't be afraid to be different. Even being different can be difficult to a lot of people. But I guarantee you this. There's nobody in the world that can do you. When the time comes, what would you leave behind? What legacy will be left behind to remind others of your greatness, of your losses, of your victories, of your sorrows? This is a short life that we all have. And it's not easy. It's not easy. living it every day. It's not easy
Oh shit.
to go through so many different circumstances, so many different challenges.
Yeah. You are a fucking loyalist though, that's the problem, Lena. You're an orange cunt and I'm a green cunt, so fuck people what they say. Yeah, Lena is loyalist, I'm fucking what? And she's proud Protestant too. Fuck you in your face if you don't like it. Fuck off if you don't like it. Lena's my friend, you see.
It's not easy getting that pink slip, knowing that this may be your last day on your job. It's not easy knowing that you may lose your home because you got laid off your job. This type of pain and these different circumstances, many people are always going to come back and say, well, that's life. We cannot blame life. It is not life that makes these challenges what they are today.
It's us.
It is the purpose, and purpose never lies. It will always tell you the truth. But while you exist in this world right now, I need you to hold on. I need you to hold on strong and don't give up. I need you to believe in every possibility that you have and understand that it is not over for you. I need you to understand life is always going to be good. But always keep in mind, sooner or later, we all got to punch that clock. So carry on. And don't give up. And don't give in. And do the best that you can to have the right attitude to make your existence matter. Your existence is not by accident. Your existence has so much meaning.
I've
Are you
loads of
ready to
family
take
up
on
there,
the
Lena.
unknown?
Finn, Lena knows loads of people.
Are
up
you
in
prepared
Ballyshannon.
for it?
Lena knows all my old friends. She even knows some of my family, and I didn't even know that. I don't believe you. I believe certain people come in your life for a reason. I didn't even know. You know, Lena knows all. Well, not all of them, but she knows a few of the lads off from the Red Wall. I was surprised. I was like, how the fuck do you know all my friends? But Lena and one of the Duns are very good friends. Do you understand? And I grew up with all the Duns. Do you understand? Yeah, proper ones.
When you have diabetes, progress is getting somewhere, even when it feels
If
like
you
you're going
don't learn
nowhere.
from your
The Libre 2
mentors,
Plus sensor
you've not been
continuously
trying,
tracks your
mate.
glucose, so
Know
you can
that. You've not tried.
For it.
I listened to this geezer, right? His name is David Goggins, right? Now, like I said, I'm on antipsychotic medication. I'm on antidepressants and shit, and sometimes I have fucked up thoughts, right? So, what I do is, well, what I've just started to do again is to retouch with my spiritual side. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I've already won. I've helped somebody stay alive. Lena's still here. She's not dead. She didn't take her life. She learned from it. Do you understand? I'll tell you fucking why, mate. That's fucking why.
For it.
Hello, man.
You can't even understand,
One of your loved ones is just
in
dead.
most cases, how beautiful it is sometimes to not even know what's coming your way. Sometimes it's not necessary to know everything. Sometimes it's not necessary to understand everything. But are you ready? Are you ready to embrace the fact
that someday, life as you know it, life as I know it, will soon come to an end. Now, what are you going to do about what you're doing with the life that you have right now? See, I talk about life because life is such a great thing. Life is such a beautiful thing. Life has so much university to it. It is unexplained to some people. It is unimaginable to some people. Sometimes you may even ask yourself, I don't even deserve this life. Sometimes you may even ask yourself, why am I suffering so much from this, and that person over there is not suffering as much as I am? Ladies and gentlemen, life, your existence, is temporary. It won't last forever. And if you're sitting around wasting it, if you're sitting around being hateful,
No, Scott.
you're sitting
I learned
around
the
being
coping
jealous,
strategy. Right, so.
if you're letting things out.
Okay, so. After suicide survival, after 2 near misses, I was given a coping strategy to help people with suicide ideology. Me doctor gave it to me. Good morning, Pablo. Pablo, like I said, has helped me in that department as well. You know, it's like most of my life, right? I couldn't forgive myself for what happened as a child. Now, I've good reason to hate myself, to self-loathe, not to love yourself, right? And sometimes you have to forgive yourself. Otherwise, you're going to suffer for the rest of your life. So you're either a victim or you're a survivor. Which one are you? I know which one I am.
Out of your circle, control your possibilities, your uniqueness, your qualities.
So, myself, Raymond, Finn and Lena have gone through suicide ideology. Lena was struggling really fucking bad, and I had to plant a seed in her head that if she does something fucking stupid, the police are doing this. And have a guess who's going to answer the fucking door? Your fucking daughters. Mission accomplished.
Your principles, who you really are inside.
Shout out to my Protestant friend Lena, who's a survivor of suicide like me and Finn and Raymond.
They're going to put you in that hole, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? No one is going to jump in that hole with you.
Do you want to jump in with me?
No one is going to jump in there with you and celebrate that death that you just
Why does
experienced.
Jude always have to take one for the team? Why is it always
Yes,
me?
I know, it may sound a little harsh. In fact, it may even scare you.
I'll tell you why, because I see you coming,
But you
motherfucker.
can't fake this.
Yeah.
You can't hide from this.
You can't hide from them either.
Life is short.
Yeah, so's your balls.
And the only thing that's beautiful about it is that when you live and you have strong possibilities, you have something that you can be doing to make it impactful for others to see. You can't stop.
So,
You can't stop living.
okay, so I'll tell you a story about Pablo, right? So, when I first come on here, Pablo used to go on the cesspit. Pablo's on YouTube longer than I am, right? And there's people in this room that are on here longer than I am. I've only been on YouTube 7 years. YouTube opened in 2006. That's 19 years ago. Now, I mightn't have been on YouTube, but I've been on every other social platform. Does anybody remember Yahoo Messenger? Hey, loads of people reached out to me and said, bro, are you the same dude that was on that account? Yeah, I fucking am. Except for a more matured one. You know, I had to hang my ego up at the door, you know. It's like, see, I know something that you don't know. When you grow up with tough men, you follow their life. And where I grew up, a lot of my mates ended up becoming gangsters. Big gangsters, allegedly. According to the newspapers, every fucking week. Sunday World, Paul Williams. It used to be Veronica Gearin when I left Ireland. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 51. I can tell you stories, mate, that I can bring Harpo on, I could bring Gibbo on, I could bring Spencer on to tell you. See, he's not lying. All the lads will tell you. Action speaks louder than words. It's like, and if you want to be a bowsy when you're in your 40s still, you've not grown up. You know, we're meant to set standards for our fucking children. Do you understand that? And listen, I've offended a couple of people up in Ballyfermot. Listen, hang on a fucking minute, yeah? Let me just, whoa, hold your fucking horses there. Do I look like I'm scared of you? Hang on a fucking minute. When we grew up, all of us, none of us had ever wanted our kids to do what we did. And then I look in the papers and I see some of my old friends, even their kids are involved in it now, and I'm like, you know what, you're a cunt, man. I'd like 5 minutes in a room with you on my own, without your gun or without your baseball bat, and I'll fucking light the cunt up. There's not one of them up there that I wouldn't box in the face for what they did to me now. I'm not afraid of their families. I've got a massive family. I'm good that way. But I've never needed anyone's permission. I did need permission. I just didn't ask for it. You know, all my mates up there, it was like a trend years ago. I started something on a street corner that spiraled into a cartel. And I swear that on me granny. And you know what? I'm glad I got away from it. You know, like, I have friends at home who their own kids are following in their footsteps. Me over on my dead body. One of my children would want to be like a gangster. My son is a gangster in education. Yeah, going to uni for 4 years, that's gangster. Do you understand? Making a 4-year plan for your life. You know, what are you going to do when you get older? What qualifications? What? Because you can drive a forklift and drive a truck. Man, I tell you something. In 20 years, a robot's going to be doing your job. If you work on a production line in a factory, your job is gone. You know why? AI is growing like a fucking giant, mate. And in 10 years, 35% of factory employees will be laid off because a machine can do it better, faster, cost efficient, cost productive. Fuck you in your face. We don't even take no breaks. How about that? Elon Musk said, here, robots don't ring in sick. Know that. Robots don't ring in sick. Here, fuck your qualifications. They're not going to help you. You want degrees. That's what you want. Psychology, you can't beat it. You can take that to the bank. And here, I'm going to start talking about my degree that I did when I get my teeth. I'll have a bit more confidence to talk about it. And then I'll talk to you about my son's degree that he took 4 years to do. You see, my son wanted to follow in my footsteps, right? So I set an example for my son by going to uni. Here, life is like university, but when it comes to psychology, I've got a bag in it, a degree, right? Just like Dylan. Where'd you think he got it from? Now, if I was living in Cherry Orchard and I was one of the head boys up there selling major weight, that's heavy weight. And my son's looking up to me doing that. What is my son going to want to do? He's going to want to make daddy proud, isn't he? He's going to want to go around, shoot people, be a drug dealer. People know his name. Fuck that. So I made sure it wouldn't happen. And I left me mates at 21 and said, fuck you. How about that? My children come way before any friends. Fuck me mates. Me children are me mates forever.
stop fighting. You have to understand
Yeah.
that yesterday.
You see, Pablo stopped me from killing myself. How about that? I've had 93 psychiatric evaluations. No doctor could stop me. No doctor could get in here except one, because I let him. I had a psychiatrist, right? Me and my brother Mark have the same psychiatrist, right? My little brother can be a problem. He's a bowsy. He's got a nickname where we live. Everyone calls him Bulldog. Now listen, you're going to fight some fella and he goes, here, that fella's name is Bulldog, right? Why did he call him that? You'll see in a few minutes. I'm going back for a point. I was like, bro, what the fuck? He said, I'll go out the car park. My man's like that, look. Sleeping. He's like that at the bar, look. Eating peanuts. Then someone else comes. He starts. He's laid out. I'm like, now, my little brother can fight. Mark, he's been learned by champions and grandmasters of Muay Thai. Do you understand? Like, that job he worked in Manchester, the Royal Orchid and the Soy Market, were both owned by these two brothers, two Thai brothers, Woody and Corinne. And you know what, right? They come to the UK years and years ago, right? Way before me, like, they come here from Thailand when they were kids, and they ended up working in restaurants, in kitchens as kitchen porters, and for 15 years they worked in kitchens and saved money until they could hire out their own space, and their own space ended up becoming 2 restaurants and about 20 apartments over it. You know, fuck you and your opinion, you big steamer, you. Get out of here. Yeah, fuck them. Don't mind them. Just fuck them out. That's what I do. You know what I mean? It's like there's good caliber people in here, you know, and there's loads of wasters on other channels. I have decent people that come in here, and I won't have it any other way. Otherwise, I'll stick an arrow in your fucking neck, rude boy. You know, like I said here. How are you, Andrew? Pablo, like I said, right, let me get back to this. So, me and Pablo are close, right? Now, I'll tell you a story, right? Pablo, many times have I crashed on a scooter, would you say? I remember being on a live one day, yeah? Pablo was in the chat. I'm sure he was. And I wasn't paying attention, and I was reading Pablo's message. Next of all, I look ahead of me and someone opens the door, and I hit the door and I went flying over it. You can just hear, ah! Are you okay? No. Do you want a hand up? No, leave me here for a minute. I was like that, look. Fucking hell. I had it one day, I know, that's bad. And thanks for your memory, bro, because my memory is shit. Well, come in, I'll tell you something me and Lena have in common is we're a big fan of all these online hunter groups, yeah? Now, Lena is subbed to loads of them, so am I. Anyway, shout out to Exposure TV, shout out to Scott from not Exposure TV, Predator Exposure, my bad, sorry, fuck Exposure TV and your gee lip. Shout out to Predator Exposure and shout out to Scott. Quit your jibber jabber, cause you is fuck, sunshine. Hey, stick your tongue out. Good dog. Hey, Lena, he's great, isn't he, Lena? Scott, he's like, here, quit your jibber jabber, cause you is fuck, sunshine. Stick your tongue out. Good dog. Myself and Lena, I've a couple of mates that are hunters, right? That go out catching men who are significant risks to women and children. If you send a 16-year-old 2 fucking messages, yeah, that's classed as grooming, okay? So shout out to all the dirty bastards out there here. You're going to get caught one day. And me and Lena and thousands of others will share it every time. Now, here, I'm part of this community, right? Now, what you don't know is I have a job that I do, right? And I share a lot of fucking, you know, I share a lot of hunters groups like Predator, right? Guardians of the North, Predator Exposure, fucking, Safe. What's the other one called? There's fucking loads of them. But listen, I'm a big fan of what they do because it's voluntary, right? They go out and they knock on some cunt's door. Now, they don't know what kind of cunt is on the other side of the door. So they have to bring 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 people with them, right? The non-salizer. Hey, they get these to blow into a fucking aerial, right? And they call it a non-salizer. I'll tell you one thing, I've a lot of time for him, you know, for what he does, because at the end of the day, he's a dad like me. And Lena, I do that in a heartbeat. I'd be great at it. You know, I'd be honest with you, I've floored a few nonsense in my life, believe me. I swear on my kids' lives. Listen, I don't need to tell you this, but I've had a few incidents with them. You know, he's like, quit your jibber jabber, sunshine, because you is fucked. You know, dirty Nancy bastard. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't hold back, you know what I mean? And he can fight as well, him, you know. Lena, you know him, he can fight. You know, he's an ex-cage fighter, him. He can fight as well. You know what I mean? I remember him grabbing this guy and this fella trying to get off. And he couldn't hold on to him. And I remember the public come over and said, mate, I watch your videos all the time. Are you good? I'll help you. You know, you're not moving anywhere, mate. You move. And you're going under a citizen's arrest, section 24A of the Criminal and Crime and Justice Act, 1984. You are under citizen's arrest, sunshine, because you have been speaking to a fucking minor while you've a pregnant wife in there, you dirty bastard. You know, could you keep it down? Yeah, of course, you fucking pedo. I don't want me neighbours to know. Do you know? Here, neighbours, he's a nonce. Do you understand? Well, like I said, it's like, I'll be honest with you, Pablo, I wouldn't be able to, you know, Charlie Vetch is live now in Piccadilly. Yeah, you're lucky I'm not in there, you prick. You're getting punched in the face if I ever see you. Know that. Yeah. There's another wanker that I get it. Bang. I was in town the other day with Lee, right? Ask Lee. We went looking for him. Well, I went looking for him. You know, just to see, could I see him on his own? I'd say to the Lee, here, take me phone. Now, I want you to video that. What if he knocks you out, Jude? You're going to be knocked out on live. Good. Let him. Just you fucking video this a minute. Here, mate. Tip him on the shoulder. Oh, fuck off. You know, I'd break his nose with the first rap. You know, and then I'd hit him with that across the eye. Fuck off. Right across his eye. Bang. Now, that's for all the homeless that you violate. Now you've just got your fucking ass whooped by an Irishman that lives in the city years that's watching you, and every time when you come into contact with me, I will knock you the fuck out. But I don't like him. I'll be honest with you, I don't like Charlie Vetch, you know. And here, on the 9th, me and Lee's going into town together. I'm going in to have me tea taken out. So I'm going to knock him. I'm going to go looking for him after it. And at least I know he won't be able to knock me teeth out. Because I won't have any, will I? Well, I don't have any. But that day, I won't have nothing in my head for 9 days in order for my gums to heal. Pablo, I'm fucking terrified, you know. Because I have to go and get another 5 molds done in my mouth. Pablo, it's a private dentist, bro. It's £100 an appointment. It's £300 an x-ray. But remember when I was telling you earlier, Pablo saved me. When my dad died, me mum, she was drinking a lot and didn't realise she was supposed to leave a certain amount of money in the bank, because my dad always worked, and then he come to the UK. My man never had to work or do nothing, but when my dad died, you know, me ma, she fucking spent all the money that's in the bank, right? Didn't leave the insurance money there. And Pablo, as you know, I lost 290,000 of me dad's money. Pablo, half of that money was for a boat, and the other half was to pay the rest of the house off. Do you understand? Yeah, that was my dream gone. You know, I learned Spanish purposely because I thought I was going to live in Spain. You know, I have family that are over there, that have properties and businesses over there. You know, my uncle had a big nightclub in Gran Canaria called Macca's. I wanted to open one in Spain, you know, a small one. And me dad's money was going to allow me to do that. And then on the day he died, I rang up the insurance company and he told me the policy has been exterminated. It hasn't been paid in months. That day, I found out I didn't just lose me dad. I lost 290,000. I didn't lose it. Alcohol did. Well, alcohol didn't. Me ma fucking lost it, yeah. I love my mother, yeah. My ma was my fucking hero. And everything she asked me to do in her life, I did. But before she died, she says to me, Jude, when you take me back to Ireland, don't bury me next to that bastard. You fucking twat. No. So I buried me dad right next to her. Now we're even. Fuck the money. Pablo was right. I got over it, and I did. Imagine that for a nail. 290,000. My dad worked for 31 years for that money. He paid insurance for 31 years, and for 6 months my ma didn't pay it and lost it all. She was insured for 120, Pablo. I would have gotten 170 when my dad died, right? Off Royal Liver, and then when my ma passed away, I would have gotten 120. She fucked it. You know, like she ruined Pablo. I can't afford £400,000. Do you understand? But I've lost that since I've come to England. Bad investments, bad choices. But me mother lost 290 of it. I lost I'd say I lost about 110,000 here. What's your me life advice? Don't do fucking drugs, and listen to your granny and your teachers and your ma and dad. You know, don't be listening to your mates, because they'll only get you into trouble. Here, listen to your family. Don't look up to tough guys and villains. You know. Look up to productive members of society. You know, people that go out and work for their kids on a daily basis. You know. Like, I remember, like, when I lost me lid, when I lost my mind, it's like, at the time, I was working as a chef. And I was good at my job. You know, a prep chef. It was great for me mind. You know, I had a routine every morning. I'd get up at 5:45, walk the dog, you know, come back, make a big fat spliff for walking to the bus at 5 to 6 in the morning. Big fuck off joint, you know. I'd smoke that, and then when I get on the bus, I make a big fat one for getting off the bus. My boss used to say, you know what, bro, the smell of weed off you. Does that mean I can go home? No, it fucking doesn't, smart ass. Lena disappeared. Hey, be a good father. You know, because we set examples, and when their kids grow up, nowadays, they want to be like us. So, if we're drug dealers and we're selling heroin, and we have children that always want to be like their dad, what do you think they're going to do? Then one day your son is going to be a scumbag drug dealer that's going to have to wear a bulletproof vest, and that's going to end up getting shot dead, and his mammy's going to have to go visit him. And that's all your fault. Shout out to all the cunts in Ballyfermot that should be setting standards for the next generation, not the next generation of cartel fucking affiliates. Get the fuck out of here. That's Rico case shit. Do you understand? That's like, you know secrets, you will be assassinated. Like, I'm glad I got the fuck out of there, man. You know, it's like, that's the best thing I ever... Here's advice for you. Sometimes in life you have to fuck off and start again. How are your hopes? That's advice for you. Sometimes, you know, like I said, but Pablo helped me out of everybody on here. Pablo helped me with my mental health, because Pablo has experience, right? Now, Pablo is like the Doc out of fucking Back to the Future, man. His hair is sick. I tried to even replicate his hair and I couldn't do it. But Pablo's been like my best mate on here. You know, he helped me get past 6 crashes, losing £290,000. He got me past it. He planted a seed in my head. He said, Jude, if you get that money, you're going to buy a Ducati and you're going to hit the wall. You know, you know. And I said, how the fuck do you know? He said, Jude, you're just too predictable. Maybe that money wasn't meant for you. Maybe it was meant to happen. Maybe I was meant to lose it. Because God knew if you got that money, oh, fucking hell. We have ghosts in the gaff. Emmett has come back from the dead. Sorry about Emmett. Yeah, here. Like I said, I had to ring Emmett's mammy from space. Hello, Earth. This is Stuart. Is this Emma's mammy? Hello, Emma's mammy. Emmett is dead.
And yesterday, and today, and tomorrow.
Don't you fucking dare go off. Don't you fucking dare. Exactly, Lena. Like, so, Lena, as you know, education is the way forward, right? Now, so, long story short, because of what I taught you about suicide. All right. It's like me and Pablo. It's like Pablo planted a seed in my head so I wouldn't kill myself. You know, he said, Jude, fuck the money. You know, you've got your kids, you've got your family, you've got this, you've got that. And he made me see what I had rather than what I didn't have. And it took me about a year, but I got past it. Don't get me wrong, it's been hard because my dad wanted me to buy that house outright. But he also wanted £110,000 of that money to go off a boat for me. You know. But to do it the right way, you know. Me dad knew I was selling drugs, right? I was in jail. Me dad says to me, we're going to find a way to get you that boat without you selling drugs, son. I'll help you. £290,000 of his money I lost. But Pablo helped me get past it. That's €290,000. Sorry. Not pound, euro. So it works out about 250 bags, doesn't it? One policy was... Wow. Well, I try convince you not to take your life, because what we don't realise is, if we kill ourselves, 1 or 2 people are going to miss us. I've tried to end my life twice, you know, and I've survived it, bro. And being a survivor is a gift from God. I do this voluntary. I'm a survivor of a family where when my dad was a kid, on his 14th birthday, his two brothers drowned. And here, all the kids got separated and taken away from them. Me Auntie Carmel, me Auntie Doreen, me Auntie Geraldine, they all went into convents in Golden Bridge and were raped and sexually abused and brought the bastards to court and won. My Auntie Carmel, she's a survivor. Even though she went through horrendous shit in the convents, her and Christine Buckley opened up the Ashleen Centre. Yeah, my auntie did that. Now, my son has worked in Liverpool for 11 years. Because of what I learnt my son, he went to university, got a degree in psychology, lives in Toxteth 11 years, got the Princess Trust involved with the kids in Toxteth and Croxteth and secured funding for them. That's what my lad did. See him here? Hey, you see him? He grew up to be a man. In fact, it's today the 30th of May. Oh, it's today the 30th. Hang on. Oh, it's the 29th. Jesus Christ. He's in fucking Amsterdam at the minute. Hey, in Madrid. Ella. Prime. Now, listen, guys, right? When it comes to suicide, if we kill ourselves, it's going to affect our brothers, our sisters. It's going to affect our kids. You know, like I said, I've survived suicide. Anybody can put a belt around their neck. But I took it to the next level. I smoked loads of crack one night and went on a railway line and laid down on it. Like, I thought I was Superman. You know, in Superman where there's a big fuck off tearing the tracks and he lays his body down and the train goes over him, like, and he hasn't even got a scratch on his arse or any oil on his lovely costume. But I knew what time the train come at, and I said, I'm sick. I just don't want to be here anymore. I'm sick being tired. I'm sick having the mindset where I want to take drugs all the time. I'm fucking sick of it. Like, it's a waste of a lot. I may as well not be here. You know, me kids would be better off without me. I'm a fuck up. I'll always be a fuck up. Do you understand? And I'm going to get in the way of my children's fucking growth. But I said to myself, nah, mate, fuck that. So I've had 93 evaluations. I come to England in 1993 and the number in my door was 93 Cherry Orchard Avenue. It's not a coincidence I come here, you know, and I'm glad I come here. England's been good to me, and so has God. Well, bro, I'm really sorry to hear about your dad, but as you just said, if we harm ourselves, it's gonna affect people like you, like you're a son, and your dad did that. And obviously, bro, listen to me. It's not an easy choice to make. Just because he didn't do it doesn't mean he didn't love you, bro. Once you're convinced up here that you're not worth anything, it's like, and you keep telling yourself that people would be better off without you. Some people go on to take their life because they can't talk to their friends, they can't talk to their family. You know, and it's a lonely road, mental health, especially suicide ideology. Now, psychology has helped me. You know, like, I had to learn about my own brain, you know. Like, at 8, I was put on Ritalin. The reason why I tried to end my life was because I lit a fire in my house when I was 4 and my little brother and sister died in it. And growing up, I used to see my ma in bits every birthday, anniversary, and now the killer, my little sister, we didn't have one photograph of her. My ma could never forgive herself, and neither could I. So I hated myself all my life, you know. I let myself go, my appearance, everything. You know, I turned me back on God and listened to the devil. You know, that's all I can say now. But yeah, we're back listening to God now, so it's a blessing in disguise. God doesn't give you what you can't carry, right? And I think that it's like over time, whether it's long suffering or what have you, but I know, like, from failure and from fuck ups and from grief, it can end you. You know, but like I said, Pablo helped me. You know, like, it is a lonely road, but there is help out there. But what I would say to people, and we'll get off the subject because I have to fuck off. Somebody loves you out there, and if you take your life, that loved one is getting a knock at the door, and the police are going to do that. And I hope you don't ever get that knock on the door. I know a few people that got the knock on the door, you know. But like I said, it's like once you survive it and you start, okay, once you survive it, you get your life back, you start to revive it. You know, it's like, now, I don't know where I'd be only for I met me queen, because I'm a dad again, I'm a grandfather, I'm going to be a granddad again in 3 months. You know, and it's like I've been given 50 chances in life, and this one I'm taking. You know, I've had to work on my mental health, on my triggers. But nobody can help you. But I do know this, if you do, somebody will miss you, you know, and you're going to upset your family. And according to the World Mental Health Federation, every child who's a survivor of suicide, 1 in 8 take their life. So, bro, keep your head up. Like I said, your dad, he must have been very mentally ill. And it doesn't mean he didn't love you. It's just a lonely place. And you can't tell your kids that you're going to take your life, because you'll upset them. You just end up doing it. Some of us do it because we feel like we failed in life. You know, I tried to end my life twice. Once because I failed in life, and twice because of me trauma. You know, I couldn't get past it. It's like I'm just... do you ever get tired of being tired? Like, you just want to sleep. And my sleep, mate, I'm telling you now. And especially the last few weeks with me hand as well. You know, like, I didn't go to the hospital. And yesterday, my son went like that. Look, oh, you can stamped on me like that. And me fucking, look at little bollocks. You know, he's strong. I tell you one thing, he's going to be a problem. You know, when you can give your son certain skills, only a man can give to a son. If you want your son to succeed in life here, you have to set the standards. And if you're a drug dealer here, that's not the right way. I'm not perfect, but one thing I do know here, my son's university tuition fees weren't paid by drug money.
Are in 3 different universes. And the only universe you exist in right now is the now. Is this moment.
Shout out to Pablo. Shout out to Scott. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to Lena. Shout out to Finn. Shout out to Mousy.
Anything.
Shout out to Janet in fucking the United States. Shout out to Mr.
Some
Q.
things
Shout out to
can
Emma.
mend in time.
Shout out to Hope.
And some things
Listen,
are better off left alone.
all you can say to you is, things will get
There
better.
are a lot of negative people right now that exist in this world.
Okay, right, I'll tell you this real quick, right? The thing with suicide is, it doesn't just go out of your head. You have to work at it. You know, it's like, there's loads of people on YouTube that have mental health issues that come in an hour here and end up chatting with each other and getting along and ripping the bollocks out of each other and all, but not in a disrespectful way. You know, it's like Lena is gonna end up opening her own channel. You know, she shares a lot of good content. Yeah, but there's also a lot of good in the world, Andrew. We listen to the devil sometimes. You know, most of my life I've listened to the devil, if you want to put it that way. You know, always trying to impress somebody. you know, but when you grow up, you don't feel the need, you don't need to impress, you don't have to impress anybody. Been there, done it. Got a gold star for it, got a badge. Like Chris Eubank's daddy, sheriff. I went from a black sheep to a fucking shepherd. You know, like I said, sometimes we mightn't have this. Do you know what Pablo learned me? Pablo's older than me. Pablo learned me, think about what you have now, Jude, rather than what you lost. So for way up, right, I lost a lot of money. Well, I didn't lose it. My man lost it. But if you weigh up money over family and children and happiness, that money could have caused a rift in my family. Because you get some family members that'll be like, I want this and I want that. You're here, you're what he told me, that's what you're getting. And that's how it is. But my ma fucked it up, but Pablo helped me get past it. You know, I never thought I'd get past that. You know, and I'm still not past it. But Pablo's helped me with it. Because he planted the seed in my head and he said, Jude, if you'd have gotten that money, you would have crashing. You know, and I wanted to get a high performance bike, not a Ninja or anything like that, a fucking Ducati, a red one. You know what I mean? It's like, but I would have killed myself on it. You know, like, yeah, it's one thing crashing on a scooter and hitting a wall, but hitting a wall on a Ducati, mate, you're dead. Well, like I said, Lena is Protestant. Yeah, she shares a lot of good content. You know, and like I said, it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter where you're from, what religion you are, what fucking nationality you are, what colour your skin is. Everybody's welcome in here. You know, there's no like you know, I'm at peace with myself. You know, it's like I grew up with a lot of men that have egos, and I had to put mine aside. When I become a grandfather, I said to myself, you know what? It's time. You know, you need to let go of the past and you need to start loving yourself for the first time in your life. So I started making a few changes, a few alterations, and it's like in 10 days, sorry, in 11 days, I'm going to get all my teeth taken out. And I'm terrified. People judge you. You see, people call you an addict, an ex-addict, whatever. It's like, but fuck them. Their opinion does not matter. You know, as long as you're the man in your own home and your kids respect you, the people around you in your circle, your community. I live in two communities. I lived in one, which is down in Beswick. The boys have been there 31 years. So you know everybody over the years, you know. And I tell you what, it's not a bad place to live. Like, it's mad. It's not like Dublin. Gypsies and fucking countrymen don't live around each other. They live in trailers on sites, but it's different to Manchester. I'd like to say happy birthday to Michael Collins if you're watching. I'd like to say congratulations on winning the league. And I'd like to say fuck you, you gypsy bastard. Happy 50th birthday. I'm sorry I wasn't there the other night, Michael. But if you're watching this, happy birthday. You bowsy. I'm still waiting for you to spare me. You're afraid of me. You know, I've got you in my garden 3 times and I've told you to put the gloves on. And you won't. You see, a lot of the gypsies are smart on my old housing estate. They've seen me fight, box, kickbox, whatever you want to call it. There's nobody on that housing estate that's ever knocked me out. And it's a rough housing estate and there's a few bowsies on it. So I like that energy, you know. The last, like I said here, action speaks louder than words, right? Now, I don't drink for a reason. I don't like it. I don't like the taste of it, but when I get drunk, it's bad. I always end up fighting, so it's like, I don't touch the stuff. Me granny told me alcohol turns men into women beaters. I didn't want to be like me dad, you see. Now, I'm glad my son wants to be like me because of that education has guided him. And he said to me, Dad, what's my best play here? I reckon you should set yourself a 4-year plan, go to university, get a psychology degree, and then you can take it all around the world. And he did exactly that. He went to uni, he got a psychology degree, he's been to Sri Lanka, he's been to a few places. So's my daughter. I've never been anywhere, but my kids have. But someone mentioned something about suicide, and I'll just say this for the last time. All I know is if you harm yourself, somebody's gonna fucking miss you, and you only get one life, so, Now, only for YouTube, there's certain characters on my channel, like for instance, you see Scott from Australia. He's got great banter and he's always ripping the bollocks out of me, and it doesn't matter whether you're from Australia or whether you're from Ireland or whether you're from the UK. Crime is crime, and we all get involved in it. Well, maybe not us all, but there's no difference. It's the same in Australia, I'd imagine. If you're nicking cars and selling drugs and what have you, the police are gonna come, smash your door in, rip your gaff apart, and you did that. Now look, your baby mother's crying, your baby's crying, it's like the coppers looking at you. I'm like, what are you looking at, you fucking prick? Oh, you bit of a lippy one. Tell you what, right? I'll show you how lippy I am. Take them cardboard things off your shoulder. Yeah, take your jacket off and walk into that room with me and see who comes out first. Go on. In fact, how about this? Why don't you bring me to a fucking lift and stick me in you in it and see who walks out, you cunt. Oh, hang on. Don't be buying fucking fast bikes, Jono. Like Mousy a few months ago or a couple of months ago had a fucking accident. He's very fucking lucky. Like I said, I'll be honest with you. Most of my life I've been an adrenaline junkie. I'll hold my hands up. I lived a fast life. I liked it. I like speed. That means fast things. Like bikes and shit. Now, when I was younger, I had no fear of speed, whether it be in a car or whether it be on a bike, doing 120 miles an hour and getting chased by the police or something stupid like that. Like I said, but now, because I'm a granddad and because I've become a father again, I'd never get on a motorbike again. Honestly, well, not and go on the road on it. Now the boys have a few quads and a couple of toys there in the garage. Well, not my garage, my sister's garage, but yeah, we like that toys, fast things. But what I realised is, growing up, I liked the adrenaline, but when I went to prison, it scared me, to the point where I got on my knees and I said, God, it's Jude here. If you can get me out of here with one of my eyes, I swear I'll go back to the Bible. I'm sorry I deserted you. Give me another chance. I know you're busy and shit, but if you're there, please get me out of this situation because I'm scared to death. And I'm afraid I'm not going to see my son again. And if you get me out of here with one of my eyes, just one, even if they had a blind in me in this one, as long as I have a spare one, to see me son grow, to see me daughter grow, to see me daughter become a mother for the first time. Do you understand? To become a father again. Like, I've cleaned out my closet last year. I got me man and dad repatriated back to Ireland. I feel a bit bad. Me ma said to me, don't bury me anywhere near that bastard, so I buried him right next to her. Can you imagine your ma screaming at you from heaven, Pablo? You bastard! What you put me next to him for? You know, but nah, like I said, there's a lot of good people in this world, and there's a lot of good reasons to live in this world. There's a lot of bad reasons as well, but it all depends on what your angle is. Like, what I've learned from every bowsy, every tough guy, every gangster, every cartel affiliate, every IRA allegedly member I've been around. Do you know what it's learned me in the end? All I want to do is to be a good example for me kids. That's it. Fuck everybody else. You know, you need charity begins at home. You know, and me point there a while ago what I said, I have a few mates that are notorious criminals in Dublin, allegedly. And their sons are growing up, and what they don't understand is your son's gonna wanna be like you know, to carry your legacy on, do you understand? And if that means selling fucking drugs here, fuck that. You're not doing your job right. You know, you don't want that shit for your kids. You don't want that life for your children. You know, and I didn't want that life for my son, so I got out of Dodge at 21. You know, I did it for him. I had a green light put on me head by the Hutches and the Mitchells, allegedly. And they said, blind them. They told me what they were going to do. They already told me how they were going to deal with me. You know, and I went back to my cell, man. I was getting sick. I was like, I'm not a fucking tough guy, mate. Get me out of here. I want me ma. You know, what did me mother do in this situation? I can't deal with that. Nah, what did me dad do in this situation? That's the way I have to look at it. You know, don't let him up, Jude, because he will hurt you, son. And then you're going to have to explain to your kids why your face is all marked. Don't let him up. That way, then you won't get marked. Maul them. But, me, like I said, it's not a good balance. My father taught me how to fight. My mother and my granny taught me how to love and how to show it. And it's not a good balance there. You have to be able to separate it. You know, and you have to be able to adapt in any situation and never hesitate. Hesitation will get you killed or hurt. Like if someone's trying to hurt you, you don't owe them nothing but wrath and vengeance. You see, it says it in the Bible. Do unto others as they do to you. And most of my life I've been a sinner. But as long as me kids are winners, that's all I care about. Not sinners, winners. You know, right guys, listen, I'm away. I'd like to thank you all for coming in. Hang on. How are you, Jordan? I'm just about to fuck off, bro, when you come in. Right, so hang on. So shout out to all the team. I've got a great team of mods on this channel. You know, there's a lot of people on here that have been around YouTube a few years, and most of you know I'm not part of the toxic circle on here or the dark corner. Bring Ronan back, for fuck's sake. Ronan, come back over this side, will you? Yeah, big Bowsy. Only for him all this aggro shit wouldn't start. But like I said, I have a team of mods that all have, a lot of them have mental health issues and ex-addiction issues, ex-alcohol issues, you understand, and nobody's better than anybody on YouTube. Know that. Nobody's better than anyone in the world. Some people have inferior complexes that they think they're better than anyone. If you think you're better than everybody else, well, then you're not humble or noble. Nobody's better than anybody. Some people might be in a financially better situation than others, but that doesn't mean you're a better person. Nobody's better than anybody on here. And know this. Know the reason why I come on here first. I come on here because it's lonely. I bet you wouldn't admit that, would you? You know, I missed a lot of my friends, and I was like, the only way I'm going to get through to them is to make a channel called STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER, and then maybe one or two of them might come in. And what I didn't realise was 1,500 people from Ballyfermot subbed to my channel. How about that? 1,500 of the bowsies, you know. Anyway, I think I'm away. But I'll be back on later on. I'm going to put some sausages on for my son. Oh, do you know what? I've not been to Greg's for ages. I'm going to go down to Greg's and get a sausage roll. Yeah, and I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks for coming in.
We must be smart.
Lena.
451.
Guys, like I said, see Lena. Add Lena's channel, guys. There she is, chick, right? Because like I said, Lena is going to end up opening her own StreamYard, and I'd like you to go over and support her and say hello. And, you know, Lena does a lot for fucking survivors of fucking sexual abuse, domestic violence, fucking all that. And Lena empowers women. She's like a white Malcolm X, in a way, except for she's Protestant. How fucked is that? Yeah, there's an analogy for you. There you go, Lena. I like the white Malcolm X, except for your Protestant. Yeah. But anyway, like I said, I'll be back sometime tonight. Guys, listen, there's loads of good people that come in here. Like I said, Pablo is a few hundred away from 1,000. I'd love to see Pablo get on his first 1,000. I'd like to see Finger to 400 and to 500. It's like, and there's a few good channels on there, and there's good people that come in and out here, you know. So thanks for always coming in and being respectful. And, you know, there's no need to be disrespectful, because I'll see you coming and one of me mods will just fuck you out or something. But up the dubs, we're away. Thanks everybody for coming in. Yeah, shout out to Scott's mate. I remember Scott saying to me a few weeks ago, one of his mates is banged up, like, so he was in some, I forget what it's called, but I said happy birthday to his mate, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's like, I know what it's like to be in prison, like, and it's like any little distraction gives you a little boost, you know. So if your mate knows some other fella who has a fucking YouTube channel that does lives, and you give one of them a shout out, you know what I mean? It gives them a boost, like, you know. Like, I was one of them guys. I still am, you know. Like, when I was younger, I was a drug dealer who got charged with drugs and guns. Not guns, too. Separate. They weren't mine, but I couldn't tell the police who owned them, or I would have been dead. Do you understand? So that's part and parcel of it. But know this, listen to me. Our kids look up to us, and they want to be like their daddy. You know, and at the end of the day, we set standards for our children. I'm talking to the fathers out there. Know this, yeah. Our children look to us to set standards, do you understand? And then when they become adults, they, you know, you give them characteristics that help them become law-abiding citizens. You understand? Productive members of society. Like, I went from a street corner selling ecstasy to moving to Manchester, to coming back to selling heroin, to having 2 guns found in my house, to going to prison, to getting out of prison and saying to myself, enough is enough. I'm going back to England and I'm going to sort my life out. And that's exactly what I did. You know, and my son followed the education route, and like I said, my dad would have been proud. You know, your sons carry your legacy, and if your sons know that you're a fucking drug dealer and you've done everything the easy way in life, you know, the problem nowadays is our children aren't hungry enough. You know why? Because their daddies are drug dealers and they give them everything they want. That's fucking why. And a couple of people in my old area have had a go at me for saying that. Hang on a minute, right? I'm not speaking from the Jude MacDonald that left Cherry Orchard Avenue. That was my corner. Do you understand? I become a dad. You know, you have to put your big boy pants on when you become a father. You're responsible. Kids need nappies and milk and food. What are you going? Here, I like to eat good stuff. I like to live well. So whatever I need to do that, so be it. I always made a deal with God I'd never sell Class A drugs again, and I stuck to it. But anyway, I'm away, guys. I'm coming, babe. Hang on. Come in. I'll get the green bin. I have a small one that includes at the bottom of it. Right. Go get that. Put it in there. The lads come round. You don't like me. No. I even tried to beat you up last time. Right, when the lads come round. I don't know what to do with it. Right, when the lads come round, there's a big magnet. All you fucking bins there too, like hit the seal. Right, you don't like me. Go and grab that small one. I hope you haven't done all them black bags at the bottom. No, I only know. I took the bit that was in there. I know you have. Oh, no, go and get your small green bin. The small one. All of it I can have. Yeah. It's not on the floor. It's just good. Grab it. Guys, I'm gonna have to end me live. I'm really sorry I have to go.